Good evening and welcome to Beck Middle School, where Cable 18 proudly presents this evening Beck vs. Carusi in varsity field hockey. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Leshner. We have a great game here expected this evening. It's beautiful sunny skies and the field conditions are excellent. Both teams interested in winning the crosstown rivalry here this evening. Action will begin right after this. Stay with us.
Hey, Brian. So, listen, you want to get high? I got some great stuff. No, thanks, Mike. That junk's bad news.
Smart kid. I'm McGruff, and if anyone ever wants to turn you on, just turn them off. It's a great way to help take a bite out of crime.
Action ready to go. Beck versus Carusi, as Beck won the possession first. But penalty awarded it to Carusi, as Carusi 19 sends it up the field. Carusi will be moving from your right to your left, wearing the white and red. Beck will be wearing yellow pennies in the green skirts, as Beck will be moving from your left to your right. Penalty was called, which gave it up to Beck. He's now sending it up into the Carusi field. The Beck field, sorry. Back in the corner near the sidelines as Beck tries to advance it. Bet by a Carusi player, 39. Obstruction was called. Beck sent a dangerous shot up the side. Advancing was called. Tell me something about the Carusi team so far, Jennifer. How are they doing so far this season?
I think they've been, they're 4-1 and three ties this year so far. I think they have good potential.
Beck team coming into this game, 2 wins, 3 losses. As the coach has said, they've been subject to a lot of rainouts over the last couple of weeks. As ball in the Beck field, Beck brings it down in the Carusi deep, but Carusi defense will get to it first, the sweepers.
Number 41.
That's the ID, Jesse. Get somebody now, get somebody. Who's got a girl over there? Who's got her over there? Everybody has somebody, come on.
Lock it up, Beck!
It is, stay away from that.
Ball now in the Beck end. As 0-0 Beck versus Carusi varsity field hockey here on Cable 18. Carusi to advance right near 50. Sorry, it's Beck. Back to Beck. Beck's trying to get an offensive drive here together. Going deep into the Carusi end of the field as Carusi sweepers get the ball. Carusi trying to come up across the 50. Successfully, she does out of bounds. Right in front of me. Both teams playing an excellent game so far. Equal time on offense. Both trying to get their act together and trying to figure out what they need to do to get the job done. As the ball's deep in Carusi field. Beck with it, trying to get an offensive drive, trying to center it. Dangerous was called by the referee. If the ball's passed above the knees, in the referee's opinion, it was dangerous. She will call dangerous. Now this will be a corner for Beck as they line up around the circle. It's a scoring opportunity. Beck tried to center but couldn't. They could not put in on the corner as we remain 0-0. Carusi will take control deep in their field, right in front of the circle. With number 19, as she sends it out. Looking for Carusi 18, and she found her. As Carusi's trying to get across midfield, with a Beck player right in her face. Here comes Beck, Carusi 18. As she sends it up, and advancing was called. By the 2 referees on duty as Beck takes control, bringing it into the Carusi field as Carusi tries to get it out immediately. Carusi 18 knocked down by Beck player trying to go after the ball. As Beck comes back, moving briefly into Carusi field for a moment, but a penalty was called, which will award Carusi with the ball as Carusi comes back on offense now. Carusi coming across the 50, but Beck taking it right back, not wasting any time. But advancing was called, which brings it back to Carusi, which is really the reason why Beck got it. A lot of advancing being called so far in the opening part of this game. As it was called one more time, obstruction was called this time. Now inside the circle, Carusi with a scoring opportunity. To score in field hockey, you have to be inside the circle, right in front of the net. Now a corner opportunity for Carusi, a possible scoring opportunity. Beck had one of these already, but they could not produce on this. And Carusi, coach wanted another corner, would not get one, as he did.
Girls, step back. Step back on the hill. Over there.
As they could not produce on this one again.
Long hit, Red, long hit.
The corners are given for penalties, but really aren't an advantage so far to the teams. As I've been watching field hockey over the weeks, most teams cannot produce on them. So most teams do not face them as a scoring opportunity. Here as Carusi and Beck fight for possession, as it's still deep in the Beck end of the field, as Carusi is on a strong offensive drive here, which they've been for the last 2 minutes.
Coming down the field right now.
Beck in trouble trying to clear off the fence, as you hear the Beck team in the background cheering on.
Getting it back in play.
Excellent job of passing by Carusi. Shot missing by not more than 6 inches to the left of the net. You're the coach of Carusi in the background yelling beautiful. It was indeed a beautiful shot. Only if the goal was about a foot wider, that would have went in. Your Carusi team is looking pretty strong so far, Jennifer.
Yes, it's really shown a lot of potential for this game. I think they have a good chance of winning.
Just tune in, we're still scoreless 0-0. Beck first Carusi early in the first period, cable 18. As Beck tries to advance and try to get off defense,
Number
which they've been on
44,
for the last couple of moments so far, trying to get it across the 50, but here's Carusi.
Nice shot.
Julie, right at the goal.
19 Carusi trying to take another shot, but penalty was called. Giving a corner for Carusi, 13 taking it again. Shinny Burns in net for Beck. Carusi had his center perfectly in front of the net, but could not find a girl to put it in. So one more corner is awarded. Many corners so far in the opening minutes of this game. This is the 5th for Carusi. Carusi's own 4 so far on the corner. And they'll go scoreless off this one again. As Carusi and Beck are still fighting for it deep in the backfield. And the ball will be awarded to Beck. Beck trying to get off the fence here, which they've been on for the last couple of moments here. In trouble deep in their own field. They finally get it across to the Carusi field. 1-on-1. Beck versus Carusi as it gets knocked back. As some more yellow shirts representing the Beck team get into the picture. As Beck on an offensive drive here together if they can get it to produce.
Move down, Melissa, move down.
Beck passes it down, trying to get people in the center. Having a problem with the Carusi defenders. The Carusi doing an excellent job on defense here. Here's Beck once more time, trying to get it inside the circle. But getting penalized almost every time, which is resulting in the change of possessions so frequently so far in this game. As Beck has a corner. Once again, the corner was not scored on. Coach Boyle for Beck in disgust, shaking his head after watching that corner. Obviously didn't like what he saw. Yelling in some more pointers as Beck is still in the Carusi end of the field, but pretty close to the 50 now. This is really anyone's ball right here. As they're briefly on the Carusi field, and third party was called, which will award Carusi with the balls. Carusi gets it out of Beck into the Beck field now. 13 with a real advantage, trying to get past the Beck defenseman and did. Carusi trying to clear it on the fence. As it goes back towards the Carusi end of the field, Beck's coming back on offense here. Waiting for some more yellow shirts representing Beck to get into the picture.
Come on, don't let him set up. Hit it down.
Here comes Beck on an offensive drive, being constantly penalized.
try. Just watch that all sides, Jody.
The penalties have been killing Beck so far. On their offensive drives, they've been going down there, and the ball's been taken away from them almost every time due to penalties. As Carusi brings it into the Beck field one more time again today, Beck's been playing a lot of defense in the opening moments. Carusi mostly dominant on offense so far. One shot on goal by Carusi, which went wide to the left of the net, as this ball will be awarded to Carusi. Carusi in the Beck field, number 19, of passing it up, trying to find teammate 18, and she did, but Beck got in between as Beck tries to clear it off the Beck end of the field to go another possible offensive drive, hopefully penalty free, but there were two players there and a penalty was called, which will give Beck the ball. Penalty against Carusi, but that was a dangerous hit.
B-team in, A-team out.
So far, your Carusi team's been playing a lot of offense so far, Jennifer.
Yes, also their defense hasn't been too bad. That also, when they were back there, they really held up a good defense there.
It's our hit. Move up.
Tired Beck team running up and down the field as Carusi made a couple substitutions to adjust.
No, get the ball up.
As he sends his A and B team in.
Drop back to 3. Robin.
Carusi will be awarded the ball to 50, as number 35 will take it. As Beck will touch it first to try to bring it right back to Carusi field, which they did, missing the ball as Dersan for Beck.
Fullbacks, get back.
This ball still in Carusi field, but still anyone's. Is going. Possession is changing almost every other play so far, but now it comes deep into the Carusi field as Beck on offensive drive. Ball inside the circle. Ball outside of the net right now, but Beck could not produce. Carusi defends. A very large, crucial part of that, making sure that was no goals. We still remain scoreless. 0-0. Beck first, Carusi varsity field hockey here at Beck Middle School. On a beautiful afternoon. As Beck comes down again, another offensive drive, 2 in a row, which has been the most so far for Beck.
Come on, let's go, Melissa. Get it across the net. Don't watch all sides.
But penalties have been the constant tempo of the game so far. As Beck will get the ball this time, sending it down. Inside the circle now, as Carusi defense tries to get it out, but Beck's coming in, trying for the shot. A penalty was called. Beck will be awarded a corner. Found a lot of these corners so far, but no team has been able to produce off them.
Yeah, but the penalties also, it just showed up their aggressiveness of the Carusi team, and I think that although these penalties have been coming, that they'll still make some scores.
Carusi sends it inside, Beck sends it inside the circle, immediately sent out by Carusi. As once again, this corner did not produce.
Jesse, you gotta get closer to her. Closer to Robbie.
As Beck will try to send it into the circle, but couldn't due to a penalty. Offside's called. That penalty has really been hitting Beck a lot so far in this game. As Beck's still in the Carusi field, trying to get a possible goal off. Carusi awarded the ball with a penalty as 43 backs it up ready in position to send it across. Hit by Beck first as Beck resumes back on offense again. Getting their act together and playing offense a lot now. Those penalties in the opening minutes of the game against the Beck team, they've corrected most of those problems so far, which has been allowing them to play on offense a lot more. As Carusi gets ball, brings it into the Beck end of the field. As Beck and Carusi fight for it. But penalties awarded to Carusi. As ball now deep in the Beck end of the field. As Beck defense saved it. 43 for Carusi, now will send it into the circle.
Corner! Red corner!
Which will give it another corner for Carusi.
Cardi, hit it in! Cardi! Don't worry about it.
Mr. Callahan for Carusi. You might hear in the background giving last minute instructions for the corner.
Hey, get away!
As they sent it in, but it got outside of the circle.
Rocky, get back.
As Beck tries to get it out of their end of the field,
Hit it!
but couldn't. Carusi and Beck fighting out for it. Right near the circle, ball inside now. As Carusi has another corner. Carusi with plenty of opportunities to score off the corner so far, but as a result, we are still at 0-0. Ball still inside the circle, but shot was taken off to the side behind the net as Beck sends in some substitutions for a very tired Beck team.
Well, they sent in, Carusi sent in their B team, and I think that was a good move by the coach. It gave the A team a good chance to relax and also give the B team a fresh new start in the game.
Both teams doing equal amount of time running up and down the field. It's been a very active game for both sides. As there are a little bit of problems finding numbers of players, making sure the substitutions were legal, and both teams are equal-sided as the referees and the coach count.
Oh.
Action ready to resume.
Charge it, Bill!
Beck trying to clear the ball off their field, but Carusi quickly intercepts to resume back on offense again. Beck bringing it up, but Carusi taking it away again.
Hey, Jan, don't wait! Back up, get somebody, Ashley, come on! Get in that circle.
Ball inside the circle now. Beck trying to get it out. As Carusi's been on offense lately with a lot of scoring opportunities, but haven't taken advantage of any of them yet.
Yeah, they had a lot of opportunities, but they haven't seemed to taken that advantage of that. And still, the score is 0-0.
Here they are with another corner, which went outside of the circle. Can they take advantage of this one? And the answer is no.
Hit it in! Hey, Jan, hit it in!
But their 7th corner so far this game, 7th or 8th. But Carusi will still have the ball again. Now it's back inside the circle for a brief moment as it gets outside, cleared by Beck. Just tuned in, wondering why you see a team in yellow. That's because that's Beck and Pennies. As Beck tries to advance it across the 50 into the Carusi end of the field, which they did successfully. Down on the sidelines. Unfortunately taken out. Now Carusi will get the ball again.
Make sure you have somebody.
Beck on defense, which they've been used to for the last couple of moments, as Carusi's been on a strong offensive drive.
Let it go. It's not long.
As a shot went out to the side, but it came outside of the circle.
Tiffany, where are you? Right here. Come here. I gotta pull.
So the goalie clearly let it go.
Okay, honey. Center half. Stay in the center. That's it.
It was Beck to try to clear it up. Get to a Beck player.
Heather, let's go. Keep it going. Turn around, run and go.
But Carusi gets a break here, deep in the Beck field. Gets it inside the circle,
Go with it.
right near in front of the net, but it was cleared out to the side.
Not out.
Coach from Carusi
Mark the ball.
screaming about the opportunities they've had so far. As Beck will bring it in off the sidelines. Carusi took away from 2 Beck defenders.
Left. No, turn your body the other way. Atta girl.
Just tune in to Cable 18, Cherry Hill Public Schools Television, over at Beck Middle School, where it's Beck versus Carusi varsity field hockey. We're scoreless in the first.
Go in, left. Go in.
Ball in the circle. Beck defenders clearing it out as Carusi tries to get in and score in. Ball's being batted around in a circle
Take
now.
the corner, Red.
As penalty was called, and there'll be a corner.
Very good. You try it this time. Get over there.
Both coaches are obviously extremely excited about both of their teams, about their ability in this game, and all the games they've been playing in the past weeks.
But Carusi coach does have to be a little disappointed as there is a goal shot. I'll take that back. He does not have to be disappointed anymore. Finally scoring on one of the possessions he's had. His team has been on offense for a long time and finally can take a goal on that.
Yeah, they actually really had to work at it, and their work had paid off.
Okay, it's 1-0 now. Carusi over Beck. Still plenty of time to go in the game. Still anyone's game. But a dominant Carusi team in the opening moments makes it look like the momentum is definitely going Carusi's way. Scoring for Carusi was number 43. Sorry, I could not catch the name on that. That was 43 for Carusi. Number 19 for Carusi will down the back end of the field to try to go in the circle one more time and get another scoring opportunity together. As once again, Beck is on defense, as Carusi is on offense. The ball's out to the side on a possible shot.
All right, Jody, stop. Atta girl.
Beck will be awarded with the ball now, hopefully trying to get off defense now, trying to bring it across in the Carusi end of the field.
The Carusi team's adrenaline is still pumping. You can feel it out here. Still hustling for the ball, trying to make another score.
Definitely an exciting game by both. Here's Beck, hopefully can go on the offense. A position they've not been in a while so far in this game, as they've been predominantly on defense. Beck trying to get the ball in the circle, but a strong Carusi team is keeping it on the sidelines, which is exactly where they want it. Beck will inbound down deep in the field of Carusi. One of the first of possible threats by Beck. As both teams are having a little problem here getting the ball in play. As Carusi, get the ball out of bounds there. Playing an excellent game of defense, not giving Beck a chance to get the ball in the middle. As play still along the sidelines on the far end of the field, Beck unsuccessful trying to get the ball into the circle. If you're unfamiliar with the game at home, to score in field hockey, you must be inside the circle, which is about 18 yards in diameter in front of the net. As play resumes, Carusi coming back on an offensive drive, getting to the Beck field, but Beck sends it right down again. As possession is changing between team and team here about 3 or 4 times in the last 3 or 4 passes. Ball on the Carusi end of the field as Carusi defense is doing an excellent job shutting down the offense of Beck. Beck trying to get the ball into the circle as Carusi defense sends it out to the side, which they've been doing for the majority of the game so far. Carusi doing an excellent job on defense, doing what they're supposed to, getting it out to the sidelines and not giving Beck a chance to get into the circle.
And the aggressiveness of Carusi and also of Beck is extremely outstanding. I'm sure their coaches are very proud.
They're definitely proud, but there's one coach here for Beck who's trying to get a score together. Beck here on the corner trying to produce. They had the ball briefly in the circle.
Beck and Carusi are rivals, so the aggressiveness of the team is probably at its highest point out of any other school in the district.
This also being a conference game also adds a little pressure on the teams. This is their second match of the year. Carusi beat the Beck team 1-0 earlier this year over at Carusi.
And with that beating them, I'm sure their confidence is high, and they're really sure they could beat Beck today.
Yes, that is true. And also, the score is also 1-0 here. That means anything, but I don't think it does, as Beck is in the Carusi field on another offensive drive, which I've been talking through on color commentary when I should be really doing play-by-play.
Reese, go back and get somebody. Leave the ball alone.
Carusi will take it up, hopefully trying to get out of their field into the Beck field. As 19 goes back after it and drops it in the spot where the penalty was called by the official. 2 officials on hand for today's game. Beck down an offensive drive.
Well, let's go. Don't go over.
Carusi starting to play defense now, which they have not been doing for most of the game so far. Beck getting the ball into the Carusi end of the field and keeping it there, but unsuccessfully getting the ball into the circle.
Carusi's offensive strategies and defensive strategies have definitely been helpful for them during the game, as shown by the 1-0 victory so far.
Now, still anyone's game. Such a close score as Beck still on offense. Bring it down, but unfortunately a penalty was called. Beck team struggling on penalties so far. Seemed like every time they're down there, they get penalized, which awards Carusi the ball. Carusi's going to try to get it across the 50, but could not. But did now, as Carusi will try to resume on offense, but Beck defense tries to get out really fast and cleared it across to Carusi as Carusi brings it across back into the back end of the field. Carusi trying to go on offense, but a dominant Beck team is trying to get the ball out of there as Beck wants to get a goal in. Here comes Carusi back on offense again.
Hello.
Very emotional Carusi coach on the sidelines, even though he has the 1-0 lead. Beck sending in 2 substitutions.
Jody, come out here.
Very supportive coach by the Carusi team.
Spoli, stay in the center. 1.
Ball still in the back end of the field. Carusi trying to get an offensive drive here together, trying to get the ball inside of the circle, which they successfully did. Ball now in the circle. Scoring is possible now if they could center and find a girl open in the middle.
Nice hustle, Julie. You got an injury out there. You got an injury where? Where?
There is an injury out there. A Beck player does not look too serious from my vantage point right now. But during this injury, try to summarize what's been going on so far. There's been 1 goal by Carusi. Girl in the middle was open. Then Carusi had some strong offensive drives after that, but could not produce. Also a very strong Beck team. Has done an excellent job in defense, keeping this game at 1-0. It could be worse if it wasn't for the good job of defense by Beck.
They're taking the injured Beck player off the field now. She doesn't look too hurt, but I don't think she'll be playing for a little while.
Well, she looks like she'll be okay. As action resumes, you just tuned in. Welcome to Cable 18. As action's 1-0 Carusi over Beck as time winds down in the period. With 2 minutes remaining.
Come on, Alan, get it out.
As Carusi's on offense. Beck just trying to keep the game at the pace it's going right now. Hopefully to reform at the end of this half.
Good, Majakis.
2 minutes left.
With 2 minutes remaining, Beck tries to bring the ball down to the Carusi end of the field. And right around the 50 it is, as it still comes back into the back end. Beck defense never stopping, trying to get the ball out. But a dominant Carusi offense knows where they want it. This is Carusi 19 to send it down into the action. As Carusi tries to send it down into the circle, but Beck defense clearing it. As action goes into the circle now, by corner for Carusi.
Anybody, don't worry about it. Anybody.
Carusi's had a lot of corners so far. Inside the circle to stop, but Beck defends dominant to get this ball out. When penalty was called.
Nice try, hon, nice try.
As Beck will be awarded the ball outside of the circle. With little time remaining so far.
Beautiful stick.
with 30 seconds remaining. Beck's gonna try to get a last-second offensive drive possibly together. But with little time remaining, it's not look possible.
Go with it!
Here comes Carusi on offensive drive inside the circle. Carusi with a dominant advantage, but a clear by the goalie of Beck, which was an excellent save. Getting out with their foot or stick, I could not see my vantage point. That was a possible goal there by Carusi. Beck saved by excellent goaltending and good defense so far in this game. As that is the end of a half, where it's 1-0. Stay with us. We'll be back with more action here on Cable 18.
All right, thanks.
I'm bored. Why don't we get wasted?
Why don't you get real?
I've got a better idea. Why don't you get lost?
Smart kids. I'm a gruff, and if anyone wants to turn you on, just turn them off. It's a great way to help take a bite out of crime.
Action ready to resume. Second half, Cable 18, Cherry Public Schools. Matt Lesher along with David Marika. As it is 1-0 Carusi with the lead. Carusi in the white and the red, moving from your left to your right at home. As Beck wearing the yellow pennies will be moving from your right to your left. Carusi on offensive drive, opening the second half, basically the same way they led up the first half on offense. A Beck team predominantly playing defense so far with few offensive drives. The free hit given to Beck.
Drop back, Bill. Ergus. Ellen, stay back with 39. Ergus, drop back, wing back, case.
Beck girl or Vans up the sidelines.
Good hit, Ellen.
Ball now in the Carusi end of the field as it goes out of bounds, right in front of the Beck bench. Inbound by Beck, now in the Carusi end of the field on an offensive drive, trying to put something together. But penalties constantly been going against the Beck team so far. Result in the Carusi advantage as Carusi resumes on offense, bringing across in the 50 into the Beck end of the field.
Matt, it seems like Carusi's aggressive plays have just won them all those free shots and everything.
Yeah, you're right on that. Jenny Dwyer coming in for Beck now in net. As the Beck team rotates their goalies between sweeper and goal in the first and second halves. Ball around the 50 as possessions being changed between both teams. Ball in the Beck field. As Beck defense tries to clear it, and going to an offensive drive as Beck is moving from your right to your left, wearing the yellow pennies and the green skirts.
I think Beck needs to get some more offense to get on board in this game and maybe have a chance in it. Their defense has kept them in, though.
Here comes Carusi trying to bring it across into the Beck end of the field, but Beck's keeping up in there into the field, but it's pretty close to the 50 as it's changing fields on every other hit right now.
Right back, Bill. Take your time. 50.
As they move the ball back to where the penalty was, exactly the 50. Free hit by Beck. Beck sending it up as trying to get an offensive drive. Stopped by obstruction. Beck tries to get the ball into the circle and hopefully put one in the nets here, which would tie the game up at 1-1. It's 1-0 right now, Carusi with the lead. Ball is now inside the circle. Beck with a scoring possibility, but they cannot center the ball into the middle. And basically, the thing that's hardening Beck right now is not being able to center.
True. I mean, Carusi's defense is playing formidable right now, though, I must say.
Corner now for Beck. As the corner is absolutely worthless to pass in from the sidelines, as our Carusi player got to it immediately.
Starting to put some pressure on now, huh?
Carusi with a free hit right outside of the circle on the line. As they clear it out, but Beck gets it immediately. But penalty will cost him. Beck tries to get ball back in the circle. Hopefully center it and score. Coach Boyle said the problems at the beginning of the game was an unequal amount of players between Beck and Carusi in the circle area, which has cost the one goal of the game, as it is Carusi 1, Beck second half of the game.
And that goal, which was made by Heian Ray on an assist from Cindy Ergood, was made by aggressive play and beautiful passing. Beck's got to start passing more and
Corner by Beck, not taking advantage by the team. As will be a Carusi free hit, as Carusi will try to bring the ball across the 50 into the Beck field. Both teams playing a strong, aggressive game, as Beck knows they need a score. As the stoppage of play is called for substitutions.
Why? No sub.
Beck could not get the substitution in because the player could not find her stick. Basically an error on the Beck team, which will probably cost them later in the game, not being able to get that substitution in. As Coach Boyle comes back in disgust, we're not able to get that substitution in. As in the meantime, when I should have been doing play-by-play again, I did color instead. The ball is now deep in the Carusi field with Carusi on an offensive drive. Go ahead, Dave.
That's about their first offensive threat in the whole game, I'd say. I mean, the whole second half, excuse me.
Carusi brings it down again, trying to get back on the offense. She has an advantage if she can get it into the circle. Plenty of shirts in the center with a possible goal.
Beautiful pass.
A nice give by Sarah. As I hear from the Beck coach in the background, as the Beck goalie and Beck defense keeping this game 1-0.
You could see that was a beautiful pass, though, right through the center. Beck defense wasn't covering it up.
Beck finally gets her substitution in. So small errors for Beck that are really starting to show.
Yeah.
A lot of good games being played by all. Another corner here, this time for Carusi. Beck defender got it immediately. Ball still in the circle. Carusi trying to center it,
Ooh. Tough shot.
but they couldn't.
Eric, it's yours. Suzanne, move outside. Wendy, way outside.
Action resumes as Beck tries to clear up the sidelines, so it's going out of bounds right in front of us here. 19-1 bound.
Down the side with Pillar. Down the side with Pillar. Pillar.
19 with a powerful, strong hit, sending it inbounds. Right in front of us here on the sidelines, as Beck will get a free hit, sending it, trying to get across the 50, but couldn't. Another free hit for Beck. Beck getting yardage on these free hits, intercepted by Carusi. Carusi trying to get back on the offense, as Beck says no and sends it across into the Carusi field. Beck here on offense.
Beck's got to start taking advantage of their penalty shots. They want to score a goal.
Ball still in the Carusi end of the field,
We got a pass, Beck. We got a pass.
but getting out by a Carusi team looks like
Nice anyway. I liked it. I liked it.
a Carusi coach very happy with 1-0 lead so far. Not yelling half as much as they did in the opening of this game. As the ball comes down into the back end of the field, Carusi here on an offensive drive.
Listen.
Carusi trying to find a person to center to in this
Oh, it's got a good
inside
chance
the circle.
here.
39 here with a possibility, could not find anyone in the middle. As the Beck goalie did get out and make a beautiful save on that one to keep the Beck team alive.
Carusi's putting pressure on now.
Beck team has to be definitely proud of their defense
Come on, Wendy, move to the
and their
outside.
goalie. This game could be terrible if they did not have half as good people as they do now in those positions. Only 8 minutes has gone by in this period. The second half, final half. Plenty of time still to go for both teams.
You all right?
Carusi also trying to get an insurance goal in this half.
Don't worry about it.
A 2-0 lead would kind of ensure this game, but still plenty of time to go with 22 minutes. Ball now in the Carusi end of the field. Beck on an offensive drive as they try to center inside the circle.
I think there's plenty of time for Beck to get on the board and maybe take a lead in this game.
Anything is possible in such a fast-moving game as field hockey is. As Carusi will take a corner. Sorry, Beck be taking it in the Carusi end of the field.
This is their chance.
Beck is a team that needs to take full advantage of all these situations, but couldn't as got hit out of the circle almost immediately. Number 19 for Carusi. Will try to send it up the field, but Beck got to it first. But Carusi is trying to send it up now.
They need some crisp passing. Beck does.
As a stoppage of play, if you're just tuning in, 1-0. Carusi over Beck with approximately 20 minutes remaining in the second half here on Cable 18 Varsity Field Hockey. Some great sports specials to look forward to later here in November, including East-West basketball and also Beck vs. Carusi basketball. All that coming up later this winter here on Cable 18. Ball still deep in the Carusi field. Beck with plenty of opportunities here. Trying to center inside the circle. Here's Beck with an opportunity if they could find a person in front of the net, which they could not.
B-team, get up!
They just got to get one goal in, and once they get that, it'll turn the whole game around.
Here goes Beck with the corner, trying to take advantage to get this game tied at 1-1. Beck looking for people in front, which they have plenty of, but cannot get their crisp passing, as David said together.
They're getting more aggressive, though, I have to say that. Beck showing their aggressiveness more now.
Beck playing a dominant offensive game here when it comes to time of possession here in the opening 10 minutes of the game. Another corner.
They're controlling most of the second half right now, without a doubt.
Another corner here for Beck. Still inside the circle, looking the center.
One
as it
goal's
goes so
liable to
quickly
go
out of
in.
bounds.
Come on, Milano.
Somebody take the ball!
Ball goes across the center of the net. No one in front to tap it in.
B-team, get in! B-team, let's go!
As Carusi will send their B team in now, changing everyone out there. Philosophy made by the Carusi coach about changing his whole team at once. Beck is just substituting one at a time. A possibly tired Beck team out there because of that. Carusi now out with a fresh team, which has been on the bench for the opening 8 minutes of the game. All these players are well rested since their last outing in the first half, which gives a fresh Carusi team out there against a tiring Beck team. And this fresh Carusi team comes right out and tries to get on offense almost immediately.
The winger, just give it to him. That's it.
And she sends it down the sidelines, it goes out of bounds.
You're dying. Yours, Monique, yours. All right. Get back. Suzanne.
Beck will inbound.
Far away from it. Where are we going? Move up. About 500 yards away from you.
As the Carusi team
Now you're stuck.
repositions for this. Inbound by Beck, across the 50 into the Carusi end of the field. Carusi team tries to get it out, but could not make the proper hit.
Hold your hit. Hold your hit. Hold your hit.
It was the Beck team trying to get the ball inside of the circle.
Matt,
Go ahead, Dave.
I think Beck has got to take the advantage now because Carusi's second team, which is very good too, I must say, but Beck's top team's in. They have to take advantage with their powerful offense in right now.
But we also talk about the factor how the Beck team is tired, not substituting so far, and this is also a fresh team off the bench for Carusi.
That's true, too.
Both factors in this game, but really not important considering Beck needs a goal. As they send it, but cannot get the ball inside the circle. As Carusi gets out of the circle immediately, trying to get out on offense, but a penalty is called off the foot. Carusi goal scorer 43 just sent it up. This ball back now in the Carusi end of the field. Beck hustling down to get to it to hopefully get another scoring drive together. Trying to get the ball inside the circle, which it almost is and is now. Obstruction. Corner here for the Beck team. Beck trying to get one goal tie. Ball inside the circle. As Beck trying to get a scoring drive together, trying to center and find a person in front of the net. And they did find someone in front, and they did center successfully, but kicked out by the Carusi goalie. And now
That was
out
a
of the
first
center,
good chance.
out of the circle completely, as Carusi tries to resume on the offense, trying to get the ball into the back end of the field. Carusi does that successfully, but a Beck player gets to it first, who's going to try to turn it around immediately. But a penalty stops that, as Carusi here will resume back on offense. Carusi 43 knocks it down the field, and they try to get down towards the circle, but it's still anyone's ball here, right near 50, as Beck brings it across in the Carusi end of the field, but back into the back end of the field again, as possession is being changed on every other hit, which has been something we've seen so far every time the ball's been around the 50 so far this game. Carusi on offense trying to keep the ball down this end of the field where they like it. They don't want Beck to be on offense, really, with a 1-0 lead. They also like to add an insurance goal to the game. With close to 14 minutes remaining. 14 minutes remain. Still plenty of time if Beck can turn around and come back on offense with some strong drives. Ball across the 50 briefly for a moment. But it'll be a free hit for the Mustangs of Carusi. Ball down deep now in the back end of the field. Carusi with a scoring opportunity if they could get the ball into the circle, but Beck defense is going right after it on the sidelines and your television screens at home right now. Where it is 1-0 Carusi over Beck here on Cable 18.
Drop back, Ayon. Don't charge. Beautiful, Bell. Stay with it, though. Atta, girl! No, that's spun around, Bell.
Substitutions coming in with about 15 minutes to go. As you heard the question posted by the Carusi coach right in front of me.
Girls, you're standing. What happened? You're not fighting. You're not
As you
fighting.
hear the very strong Carusi coach constantly telling his team what to do. As the Beck coach down on his knees, hoping. As 43 for Carusi, looks like she was hit in the face. What'd you see there, David?
Carusi's just standing right now is right. I mean, they got to start getting aggressive and start, controlling the game. It's trying to capitalize.
Exciting game if you're like the defensive standpoint of field hockey. I mean, it's excellent for that and excellent goaltending so far. There's been a minimal amount of shots on goal so far, but here's a corner for Beck. Another scoring opportunity here for Beck. If they can only take advantage of them when they come to them. Ball still inside the circle. Carusi knocked it right out, but back in again as it goes out.
They're definitely getting their chances.
Beck with more than enough chances so far in the second half. Here comes Carusi. Carusi going to try to get the ball out of their own field into the Beck field. But Beck knows what they need and tries to stay on offense. Ball outside the circle, still now inside. But Carusi looks like they're going to try to get it out. But now with Beck with possession right in front of the net. Goal by Beck!
Matt?
1-1 tie we have here, yes.
I don't think that goal should have. I think that goal could have. But now they got their chances and they put one in.
1-1 adds a lot more action in this game. Beck first, Carusi Varsity Field Hockey just tuned in. Welcome, Cable 18. You've tuned in for the best part of the game so far. As we have a possible tie here, with time winding down here in the second and final half of the game. With 10 minutes remaining, the Carusi and Beck team both need that one goal. It's taken Beck 2 halves, approximately 50 minutes to get a goal.
Today!
They have 10 minutes to get another one. Same thing for the Carusi team. They got their goal early in the first half. Ball in now in the back end of the field.
Jody, move up! Jody,
Also this late in the game, both teams are tired and weary, which also may be a factor here in the game, but good substitutions by Carusi assure them that they will have a fresh team for substitutions. Beck not going to their bench as much as Carusi, only substituting 1 or 2 players at a time. Ball now in the Carusi end of the field, Beck on an offensive drive, trying to do possibly the same thing again. Very enthusiastic crowd has gotten out for today's game. Rooting on their school and their children. As the ball's around the 50, coming in to the back end of the field. It was Carusi with a free hit. But Beck right on that player. Here comes Beck with the free hit, trying to get into the Carusi field. But Carusi's ending right back into the Beck field. With 9 minutes remaining, 9 minutes.
This is going right down to the wire. It's becoming the Beck and Carusi rivalry we've been waiting for.
Definitely, you can always guarantee the games you see here on Cable 18 are always the best ones. And this game means so much to everyone participating in it. Besides being a crosstown rivalry, it's also a conference game, which also is a factor. As the ball is now in the Carusi end of the field, Beck trying to get a scoring drive together with the ball inside the circle. Unfortunately, penalties take that away from Beck. Carusi got a free hit trying to bring the ball across the 50. Beck keeps it in the Carusi end of the field, hustling down there, trying to get one goal in. Ball in the circle. Beck did have an advantage there, but Carusi did clear it out in time, as there were not enough white shirts of the Mustangs in front there. There goes Beck ready to turn it around, hopefully, but Carusi is dominant. They need to go on the offense.
come on, let's go, Joel! Don't wait, just go up to and hit it!
As the ball is now in the Beck field deep.
Esther, come on!
Here comes Carusi inside the circle. Possible scoring drive. Now the tiring factor is coming in for effect now with the Beck team, as a couple of them are falling asleep according to Coach Boyle. As a corner will be now taken by the Beck team. Sorry, the Carusi team. But a good stop was made by Beck.
Right down there. Stay back there, stay back.
Beck on a free hit,
Come on, let's
trying to
get that
advance the ball into the Carusi field, but goodness, Carusi will resume here on offense so far. But a hustling Beck team has been on defense, trying to clear the ball out of here. As the ball is inside of the circle, but Beck clearing it out of the circle. So it also goes down towards the sidelines on the far side, right near the net.
Both teams want a goal. It's just who wants it more.
Hang in there, Lorraine. Go, guys, charge her.
All right. How much time?
Okay.
6 minutes remaining here between Beck and Carusi. We're tied at 1 here at Beck Middle School. Here on Cable 18 on this Crosstown Rivalry. Good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Lester.
Robin, don't hit it down the middle.
Thank you for tuning in.
Lorraine, up here.
Winding down minutes of the game. Possibly the best part of the game so far.
Not down the middle.
As here, both teams now struggling for a goal up till now.
Timeout.
It's just been one team wanting one as Coach Boyle calls a timeout.
All right, C team, let's go over here.
Reorganizing his teams with only 5 minutes remaining.
All right, well, it's 1-1. Both teams are playing a great defensive game. It's just one more goal, and how much time's left?
5
in that?
minutes.
5 minutes, and that will be deciding.
There are no more substitutions permitted according to the field hockey rules, which means the players that are out here now, unless there is an injury, will wind this game down as the ball's put back into play.
All right, now's our pull back.
Carusi now coming up with a free hit. Possibly getting on offense to take advantage here.
Let's go. What did I tell you? What we're going to do? Hell, you're my out, though. You're my out. The ball comes through, you run.
And the Mustangs of Carusi coming down the back end of the field on offense here, trying to get the ball into the circle with 5 minutes remaining here in the game. 1-1 tie, Beck against Carusi.
Come on, Lorraine, it's yours.
Beck now on offense with an advantage. Moving down, she can find a person to set her to, but Carusi tried to hustle and save it, but did go out of bounds first.
Showing a spark of spirit there, Beck was, or did.
It's Beck inbound, still on offense, trying to get the ball into the circle, but a Carusi team trying to send it out immediately. Ball behind the net of Carusi. As there'll be a corner here now for Beck. Beck definitely needs to take advantage of this one right here. As they will reset up again for another corner as the penalty interfered with the last one. With very little time, with 4 minutes remaining. Ball still inside the circle. But penalty is called, which has been the name of the game so far for both teams. As here comes Beck with another corner, needing to take advantage of all that's given to him. And this is definitely a bonus given to them right now.
Golden
And Beck
chance.
inside the circle with a chance trying to center. But couldn't. Plenty of players in there for Beck in the center if they could get the pass out as it goes outside of the circle. And penalties end that drive again. There's another corner set up now here for Beck. Beck in their third scoring opportunity in the last minute. Need to take advantage of one of them inside of the circle. They did find a person to center to, but quickly was hit out. Shot was taken, but was taken out to the side. Free hit by the Carusi Mustangs. Carusi trying to come down. Both teams need the goal to get this game out of the tie situation we're in. No overtime is played in junior school field hockey during the regular season.
Talking about it? I was not. What?
Stick there.
I was not.
As I believe that was obstruction was called.
What are you doing, man? I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Action is played here with Beck with a free hit, trying to get the ball into the circle center to the right person at the right time to get a goal and possibly. As we're stuck here, 1-1 tie. Ball inside the circle. Beck on an offensive drive, trying to find someone in front of the net, which they did. Shot No,
Beautiful save.
excellent save by the goalie, who basically just got it right on her feet, which were in the right place at the right time. Beck getting back there with a shot, which they've gone a long time without so far in this game. Not much time to go at all anymore. Timekeeper is now with the official, which signifies less than a minute to go in this game. Unless something can happen immediately, looks like we're going to end this one up in a tie. As ball's down the sidelines, here comes Beck on a free hit trying to advance. Beck is in the Carusi end of the field with a possibility here to score with 45 seconds to go. 45 seconds. Beck in the Carusi field. Beck on an offensive drive probably will end this game that way.
Ooh, it's a chance. It's a chance.
The way the pace of this game has been going so far, I have to tell you honestly, I do think this game's going to end in a tie. From my color commentary point of view, shot out to the side by Beck, a very frustrated Beck team, as many of their shots have gone out to the side so far in this game.
15 seconds remaining.
The clock does not stop as they try to center but couldn't. And that is the end of the game.
That's the game.
As it is 1-1, Beck against Carusi. Stay with us here on Cable 18. We'll have a wrap-up in post-game interviews right after this.